So Yeshua is 6 years old. His start was very rough, and nobody thought he'd live out the first week of his life, really. The first time we saw him, he had a ventilator, there was no brain activity, and he was in some kind of induced or coma of some kind, and he was having cascading seizures. So the prognosis was horrific. But I'm an eternal optimist. Just constantly thought to myself he would get better.
So I think very early on in his life we were in discussion with the consultants, and they advised us to try alternative routes of nutrition.
When you get told your child's going to have a tube in their stomach, you raise a bit of an eyebrow and wonder what it's going to look like. But then post the surgery, when I saw it, it wasn't so bad. It's much tidier than people think. And even when he goes swimming, if you're not looking for it, you might not notice that there is a button there in his tummy. It's really discreet. It's not bulky through clothes. Unless you really were looking, a lot of little children come here and they don't even notice the way he eats, because it's done in such a very tidy way. And thank God, because Jeremy, my husband, is a star, it's really clean and infection free. He's got a very clean site, and it's really, really beautifully kept.
At the end of the day, every parent has to make that difficult decision, because number one, it's the realisation your child is not average, and therefore, despite wanting them to eat normally, it's not necessarily the best thing for them. But the parents have to get to that point of realisation themselves. The decision to put holes in their stomach and put tubes in, it's a massive decision for any parent.
I think of how we eat as wireless eating, and I think of him as being like a plugged-in telephone. So he's got wires attached to him. So he's definitely not hands-free. But I also sometimes think of it like an umbilical cord. So he's getting his sustained through like a tube to his stomach. Shows how bad I was at biology, but I'm not sure how the umbilical cord itself works, but I almost feel like it's like that lifeline into him.
So from 2 years of literally fighting for his life and not thriving, he's now a very healthy, stable, robust 6-year-old who hasn't had a chest infection in a year or two, and he doesn't get ill. He's very well fed, he's very strong. We struggle with his other limitations, but feeding wise we're very happy.
So the tube feeding offers a safe, quick, reliable, nutritionally complete method to get nutrition, which really at the end, if you think about nutrition, is just really a form of keeping us alive. We eat because we need to stay alive. Yes, we get pleasure from food, but if you break it down, bottom line, we need food to live, and it allows that to people who otherwise probably would not live. And so for me, that sums it up. It's the reliability, the speediness of it, and the safety of it, and then the calories that it gives. That really is the massive benefit. You never get over the loss of an ability, and each time with cerebral palsy your child isn't meeting a function, you're never going to get over that really. But once you get past that in your mind and practically what you need to do, so it's doable. Practical side of it, it's doable. Just like we've all learned how to use iPads and touchscreens, and it's doable, and you'll get there. And you'll get there and you'll have funny moments where your child looks like a dolphin or a whale and spurts milk all over somebody really professional. You'll get there, and so you will laugh, and you will cry, but you will mainly laugh because your child will thrive, and all really the whole journey really is about. Somebody asked me why I'm happy at the end of every day, and I said that because I start my day off not assuming that Yeshua will be at the end of it. So every day that he lives, I've had a good day because he's here at the end of it. So for me, and that's most of these mums are really in this boat. If they're getting their nutrition, that means that equals good health, and if that equals good health, then you've done your job done for the day, and you could be happy. And so you find a deep sense of happiness and security in your parenting, and that's what every young mum who's starting out, of course they'll go through that grief, but they'll get to a deep place of acceptance because the pros far outweigh the cons.